Hi, welcome back. In case you are new to this channel, my name is Executor. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It lets YouTube know, hey, this channel isn't so bad. I can learn a thing or two. And it also helps me, stay motivated, in doing this research and sharing those skills with you guys. So today's video is going to be about basic Linux commands. Just a few of them. And it should be a lot of fun. Without further ado, let's get started. All right. So before I go any further, I would like to mention this video is targeting those who are, beginners in Linux. This is for beginners. If you have advanced skills, in Linux, you're probably gonna find it boring. But check it out. You might, you never know. You might actually like it. It might be a good refresher. But I just thought, it'll be good to mention that it's only for beginners. So we're gonna be starting with the pwd command. So through my research, most books refer to it as, print working directory, and some refer to it as present working directory. So just keep that in mind. It will just depend on, on the research that, that you're following. And it's used to find your current location within the Linux file system. In case you haven't seen my video on the Linux file system, I suggest you check it out. If you look down, you will find it. Just watch it. That way you can understand, the system itself. And that way, and come back and watch this video and it will make a lot of sense. So present working directory or print working directory is, the first command that we're starting with. And that's, pwd. Now, I will be logging into Kali Linux virtual machine to actually demonstrate all these commands. So this is just the, the theory part. Don't worry, we will be, moving to the practical where you will actually see all these commands perform in action. So the next one is who am I? So who am I is a command that actually, shows you who you are currently logged in as. You just type who am I and it shows you whatever your name is, whatever your username is, that's what it will be displayed. So there isn't really much to do about, there isn't really much to say about these commands. They're pretty basic. And as I said, I'll be performing all this on the terminal so you can see. Now the next one is going to be the cd command. So change directory. cd stands for change directory, and it's used to navigate the Linux file system. And whether you're going up, the tree or down, it's you use cd and you can cd anywhere as long as you have permissions. As you can see in the demonstration, depending on where you want to go, you will have to put, a password to prove that you actually have, permission to access that folder or, directory. So that's what cd stands for, and that's what it does. And you will see that in action as well. There isn't much more to add to it. The next one is going to be the ls. ls, which stands for list, and you have the ls-l that stands for long list, and ls-la that is just used to display, hidden files. So the ls simply will list all folders that are currently, in the directory or the folder that you are visiting. So that's all it's gonna do. Whatever is there, it's just gonna display that for you. And ls-l will add extra details about these files that you are displaying, i.e., what permissions, come with those files. If you only have permission to read, to write, to execute, it will have all that, who the file belongs to and all that. So that's what the -l flag will add to your, to that listing. And the ls-la is pretty, straightforward. It's just, whatever files are listing. So it's going to list all the details that I just talked about, and add those that are hidden. And you will also see that in action. And just for your essay, ls is simply like dir. For those who use Windows systems, it's like dir, just to list files and directory. And the next one is going to be help. Now, you really want to be a good friend with this help command, because that will save your life. If you're really serious about Linux, the help command is going to be your best friend. So there's multiple ways to use help command to get help, and you have the dash help itself, or you also have, in some situations, you put just a dash h, or sometimes you just put a question mark, and it will just give you the details about whatever command or whatever word you're trying to learn about. And we will also do a few demonstrations about help, so you can see that in practice. So the next one is going to be the man command, which is it's referencing pretty much the manual pages. And most commands have manual pages that give more information on how to use them, and that's why sometimes you're going to need to put man and whatever you're trying to find details about. Like in this situation, man aircrack ng will actually display the manual pages of aircrack ng and how to use it. That's what the man command actually does. Very simple. The next one is now we're gonna be using commands to find things within the Linux file system. Now the first one is gonna be locate. So the word locate will actually show you where something is. Like if you put locate aircraft ng, it will show you, where the aircraft ng is located within the Linux file system. Then you have the where is. Where is also shows you pretty much where something is located. And if you put where is aircraft ng, it's gonna show you where it's located. And then you have the wish command, wish aircraft ng, or wish Python, or wish whatever you want to know, you want to find a location for, will show you where it's located. And I know I'm keeping it really, really simple and straightforward, because we will go into more details on how to use these commands, in practice. So right after this, and that's pretty much it. Now, we have the find command that most research have referred to as the most powerful command for searching, through the Linux file system. So, and the find command, it gets a little bit, complicated, because you have to add a few switches to it. So, find, for example, if you want to find something on the folder, on the etc folder, for example. So we're going to use the etc folder as an example. So you want to find something in the etc folder, you put it in the etc folder, or it is in the etc folder. And you write find, and you put that /etc, and then dash type. You have to put the type of what you're looking for. If it's a file that you're looking for, you put F. So type is F, and then that's name. So the name of what you're looking for. And in this case, if you put Apache 2, then it will display all the locations where you can find where you have Apache 2 located. So it's deemed the most powerful and flexible of all search utilities within the Linux file system. So, and it's capable to start at any folder or directory within the Linux file system, as long as you have the right permissions to access that directory or folder. It's gonna get there, and it's gonna display whatever you're looking for. And I think this is now leads us to the grep command. So the grep command is a very, very important command in the Linux file system, because, and I put the PS aux here to as an example, to prove to you guys what I'm about to tell you. So sometimes you look for something and you find hundreds of thousands of processes. So PS stands for processes. So, and you cannot scroll through all these hundreds of thousands of running processes to find what you're looking for. And that's what the grep command is good for. It just makes it very simple for you to just focus on what you're looking for within all these processes. And if, let's say, for example, you're looking for, you want to see if Apache 2 is part of all the processes that are running within your Linux file system, your Linux system. So, and you write PS aux, and then that pipe, and then grep Apache 2 that will go through all the hundreds and thousands of processes and only filter Apache 2. So it's pretty much as a filter. It's pretty much as a filter. We're gonna display all the the processes that are currently running on my Kali Linux virtual machine, and you will see what I'm talking about. It's gonna make a lot of sense. And I just thought to add the definitions of these this acronym over here. So the aux, for example, the A is stands shows all the processes for all users. So whether it's whoever is currently owning a process that is running, whether it's an application or a user, it's gonna display all the processes. They will all be listed. And the U is what displays the user or the owner of every process. So when we get to the practical part, you're gonna see some processes will be we will have an owner as as Kali. We'll have an owner as the root, or we'll have owner. If I had created a username executor, it will have some processes may have executor as the owner, and that's pretty much it. Now, for you, now the X one, the X flag shows the processes not attached to a terminal. So that just whatever else is running there for whatever reason, that's what the X stands for. And then that's why when you type PS space aux or OUX, it's gonna display hundreds of processes running. So the one thing that you really need to know, to remember about the grep command is that it's used as a filter. Very simple. And that was the last command that I wanted to go over. And now we are going to access Kali Linux and then demonstrate all that, so it can make a lot of sense. So this virtual machine, I'm just using the standard user Kali and password Kali. I did not create my own user here, just for a demonstration purpose. Let me make it bigger so you can you guys can see very well. Okay, that should be good. Cool. Okay, here we are in the terminal, the Kali Linux terminal. We are going to demonstrate all those commands so you can understand a lot better. So the pwd, right? We started with the pwd command. So present working directory or print working directory. So if I type pwd, that means I want to know where I am at this point in time. Hit enter, and you see it says that I'm at home/Kali. Now, if I had created my user account executor and I log in as executor and I type pwd, it's gonna show home/executor, because we are currently on the home page of the user, whoever is logged in. Now, remember when we talked about the cd command? First of all, we're gonna go with the who am I. Who am I command was the second. So I'm gonna type who command, who am I, and you will see who am I. And it says that I'm Kali. Now, if I had logged in as executor and I type who am I, it was going to display executor. Now, let's log in as a root and see, what that command will return as a result. So sudo I and put the password, and now we are currently root, right? So we're gonna type who am I, and it's gonna say we are root at this time. So that's what the who am I command does. Pretty much just tells who you are logged in as. That's it. I'm going to exit. And as I was saying, the pwd shows you where you currently are. Now we're gonna move on with the cd command. The cd stands for change directory, as we stated, and it pretty much just allows you to move around the whole entire Linux file system wherever you want to go. Now, first of all, I'm going to use the ls command, which stands for listing, to list everything that we have in this directory. And you see we have a bunch of directories and files over here. We're gonna focus on the downloads, right? So I'm gonna cd into the downloads folder, which means just change directories. I want to leave the present directory and go into the downloads directory or folder. Hit enter, and now as you can see, we are currently on the downloads folder or directory. Now if you type the command pwd again, it's going to tell you, oh, now we went from Kali to the downloads directory or folder. This is what it does. Now I'm going to hit the ls command, which stands for list, and then you're going to see what we have in that folder. So that's what the cd command allows you to do. You can just move into any directory as long as you have permission. The directories that you want to log in and you don't have permissions, it's going to ask you to put a password, and you put a root password to have access. But that's what pretty much it does. Now, we already mentioned the ls, which is just listing stuff that are in any given directory, like the folder that you currently are. And you can even list stuff if you're not in that folder, right? I just want to put that out there. And let me just cd // to go back where I was. And as you can see, now let me try. Now, if you want to stay in your current directory and just find out what is in the documents folder, for example, you can just do ls and then put documents. Just like that, and that will also list. Now, when you see this, right? This is what I want. The point I was trying to make. When you see first, so sorry, I didn't need to add the backslash over here. So ls documents, and if I had any document in there, it was just gonna list everything over here. Now there are some places that you can't access unless you have permissions to. So I'm gonna demonstrate that really quickly. Okay. So the next one is what? Let me see. ls-l ls-l command that we haven't touched yet. So I'm currently listing everything that we have in the Etsy folder, and as you can see, there's a ton of stuff. Now I'm gonna go back. I meant to put the tilde. Yes, I wanted to come back to the home page and then type the ls-l flag to show you guys. Now, when you add the -l, then that gives a long list. It adds all the details, or the permissions of the file or directory, and the users that it belongs to, and process ID numbers, and then the date and times that it was last changed, and then the directory or folder itself. So these the blue color represents the directories or folders, and then those ones over here are just files. And as you can see, you can tell by the dash. The dash over here represents that we're dealing with a file, and then the D is for directory. Now you see the green color over here. This one just that's the color. This color just means that we have permission to access it. If we didn't have permission to access it, it was going to be in the red color. So that's what the ls-l command does for you. Now the next command that we talked about is ls-la. So I'm going to stay in this directory and try ls-la, and if we have anything hidden, like all these, the dots, all the folders, or files that start with the dots represent the ones that are hidden, and we are able to see them because of the flag, because of this flag over here. So, and all these represent hidden locations. All those are hidden. That's why you see them. You see the dots, the period, dots or periods in front of them. Now, then let me see the next command that we talked about. The next command that we talked about is help, the help command, right? So, how do you use the help command? Let's say you need help on how to use Python, and you type Python -h, and then you have all the details over here. The details, the flags that you should be that you can use it with, and what every flag does. I mean, technically, if you want to learn how to use Python, you should be going on Python's official website, because it's it's more detailed. But this is just if you are currently, if you're using it as a hacker and you want to run it Python's shell code, or Python is executable, and depending on the functions that you want Python to do, that's those are the only times that you actually put Python-h to see what flag you can use with that given to get the results that you're looking for in relation to that shell code or that executable. So, but this is just a way. It's not only Python. You can do that with any binary or on Linux, and just get help with. So if I wanted to get help with nmap, I can just do -h or --help, just like that. So that's your second option, -help, or just simply -h, and it will display the help page over here, just like that for you. So those are your two variations with the command, with the help command. Yep. So the next command that we talked about was the man, just like that. So if you don't know how to use the manual, and you can put man, and then it will display the man command and every single flag that comes with it. That's the best way to learn it. So if you don't know how to use the man command, don't worry. Just put man, and you will have this place listed right here, and you will see every single way on how you can use the man command at any given time. I suggest you practice, because practice makes perfect. So I suggest you do this and just learn everything about it. You see over here, it gives us a few examples. If you don't know how to use the ls command or what it means, you can just put man ls, and then it will give you the details on how to use it or what it does. And that's what the man command is also really, really good at. It's a very powerful command for beginners, for Linux beginners. So I suggest you just try it. Put a few, try out these all these examples over here to see all the results yourself, and then try it with other other binaries that you wanna locate, or you wanna get help with. So it's a really long document, so just take your time to learn a lot about that command. It's gonna save your life. So that was it for the man command. And you put, it's just man and whatever, man and aircrack ng, or man nmap, man Python, and as long as that whatever you're looking for has a manual page, it will display. Not all of them do. Sometimes you'll put man something, and you will have an error saying that you don't have a manual page for that. But most Linux commands have manual pages that provide you with more details. So try it out and see for yourself. So I'll hit the Q to end that. And then the next command is the locate that we talked about, right? So that's how to find stuff. So locate You locate and whatever you want to locate. So this is me during a machine. I was just cracking on a machine yesterday, and I had to even locate shell.php because I wanted to know where in the file system it was located. So you put locate whatever, and it's gonna just display. It's gonna put it's gonna list all the locations where you can find. Sometimes it will list things, it will list extra stuff, so you have to really know what you're looking for, because not every result will be what you're looking for, because as long as it contains this, it's gonna display it. So the one I was looking for when I ran this command was this one. This is the one I was looking for that particular situation. So that was for the locate. Now the where is command. Let me just clear this one up. Okay. Where is. So if you're looking, let's say we want to find out where Python is, right? And you hit where is Python, and it tells you, oh, Python is in user/bin. So if you actually go to user/bin and you type the ls command, you're gonna see Python within. And you also have Python binary in user/share, and you have a Python. You have a compressed version of Python binaries in user/share/man1, and then you have the Python. This is probably the Python manual pages that are currently located over here. This one. So that's what where is does. It just shows you what you're looking for. Shows the location of what you're looking for. And then we have wish. We talked about wish, right? The wish also. So I'm gonna say wish shell, for example. No, I think if you want to find what shell you're looking for, it's just wish sh. Yes, wish sh. That's wish shell I'm currently using. Wish shell is given to this current user that I logged in as, and you will see it's at user, and it's in the bin folder, and then you have the shell location right there. Now what else we can use? You can just put wish with whatever you wanna look for. So let's say Python, right? I wanna know which Python I'm using for, and I hit wish, and you see where it is located right here. Now if I put Python 3, that will also tell me where Python 3 is located. So wish is also used for to find the location of things within the Linux file system. These are things that all these commands are commands that you need to really master as a beginner, because it will not only give you the confidence, but it will also just it will just constitute a really important tools, a toolkit that will help you make a lot of progress on your your Linux journey. So we also talked about the find command. So find is a little bit complicated because you have to put where you're looking for that item or that binary or that file. So you put find, and you put the location where you want to look for it, and then you want to put the type. If you're looking for the file, you want to put F, and then put the name of what you're looking for. And as you can see, some directory where they will actually find what you're looking for, you're not gonna have permission to access it. So it's a permission denied. Unless that means if you want to actually access it, you'll probably have to put a password and gain access. Like this, as you can see, this one probably is from IPSec, because I watch a lot of IPSec videos. If you don't know IPSec, if you are into ethical hacking, I suggest you just look him up on YouTube. He has really, really, really good videos. His tutorials are to my perspective, I think he's among the best when it comes to going through how to crack a machine and all that. So I love him, and I watch his videos a lot. So the find command does that. It just helps you locate what you want. So let's try find, and let's say Apache. Let's try to find Apache 2. And you will see Apache 2 is located right here. It says Apache 2 can be found right here in etc folder, log rotate daemon -d. The D stands for daemon. So, and Apache 2, it's right there, and it's also in the cron, the daily cron job, folder in etc. You'll find it right there. So, and you'll also find it right here. So you have a Apache 2 in a lot of locations. So it just depends. You can just use whichever you want. So that was the find command. Really simple, easy to use. Just remember to put those the location where you want to look for and the type of what you're looking for, and then the name. Now the next command, which will be the last, is the grep command that we talked about. We talked about the grep command, right? Yeah. If I put grep just like that, let's see. It tells us if you want to learn about grep to put grep -- help. So if this is the secret, right? If you don't know about something, always get that help. Always get that help. Always get that help, man. So, and if you put grep -- help, this whole entire page over here teaches you how to use grep, like the flags, what flag you can use grep with, and what every flag does. Like for us, it told us to use -- help, and then it tells you, it displays this text page right here and exits. That's what it does. So that's what grep does. If you want to learn more about it, just put grep -- help and then read all this to learn a little bit about it. But for our purpose here, I was talking about finding out about processes, right? The running processes on your Linux machine. So if I hit PS and the flag aux over here, OUX, this is what you get, right? This is what you get. These are the processes that are currently running in this VM, in this virtual machine at this time. And as you can see over here, let me just make sure that you guys can see that. As you can see the scrolling bar over here, this is a lot. This is hundreds. And if I'm looking for Apache, for example, if I want to see if Apache is running, I'm not going to be scrolling like this. First of all, if you're working for a company, you can't be doing this. This is not productive, right? You can be sitting, scrolling through hundreds and hundreds. Sometimes you'll even see thousands of processes. That's not productive at all. And that's why you have the grep command to solve that issue. Now, if you want to look for a specific process, instead of just sitting and spending minutes and hours, scrolling through, you can just put the PS command, and then you want to look for Apache. So you put grep. Do not forget about the pipe symbol over here. It's very important. You put the pipe symbol, and then you want to grep Apache. It's like a filter. So it says, list all the processes that are currently running in my computer and filter Apache 2. It's the only one I want to check to see if it's running. And you write it like that, and then hit enter, and it says right here. It gives you the owner, the user that owns the process, and it's, as you can see, it's user Kali, and then this is the process ID and the version and all that good stuff. This is it. Now, isn't this easier and faster than actually hitting PS aux and then sitting and scrolling through it? That's why you have the grep command to filter through things. And in case you're new, I mean, if you're watching this video, you're probably new to Linux. There's a lot of situations where where the grep will save your life, especially if you're into ethical hacking, because sometimes you will be displaying details and it's so much, and that you will have to just use the grep to find it, even if it's in a code, within the code. Let's say you want to find the main function within the code, or a function that is running within the code that you want to just find it. You will have to just grep it, and you will and filter that out. That's what the grep command does. And I think that was the last command that I wanted to go over. So I wouldn't want to make this video really long, and this was just a quick overview for beginners, and I'll be going over a few commands here and there to keep the videos straight and simple, so that together we can just keep learning. I hope this video was helpful. Well, everybody, this was it. about the basic Linux commands. Leave a comment if you see ways that I can improve these, make those videos a little bit fun and all that. Please leave comments. As you can see at the beginning, the very first few slides, the first 2 slides, I included pictures, and then after that I stopped adding pictures because I had a feeling that it might just, be a distraction. So leave a comment to let me know if you prefer presentations with, with pictures, or if you just want to just have the content that, that I just want to talk about and no pictures. If you think pictures are, distracting to you, let me know so I can just, adopt that one technique moving on. So that's it for today's tutorial. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and to be notified every time I have I post a new video. And also like these videos to help support my effort, because that actually motivates me to keep doing all these researches and sharing it with you guys, so that together we can just learn in this channel. That's the purpose of this channel. It's learning. It's just starting from the bottom and just going very far. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening or your day, depending on where you are. And I will be seeing you guys in my next video.